Good morning, Stitch Roadies. Well, it's been quite a week. Lots of activity, lots of getting ready, lots of things that have popped up that we are dealing with, and we are putting one foot in front of the other. I actually yesterday had the first peaceful day in the beehive, and just to give you a little bit of an update, I had a roof leak. Like right behind this wall is attic space. It's like it has a little short like hobbit door to get in, and I store a bunch of stuff in there. It's boxes of batting and my sewing machine trolley and stuff like that. So I had to pull all of that out into the beehive, which was quite disturbing how much stuff I have. But so that my friend who works for the contracting company that did our remodel took a look at it while he was here working on some plumbing issues, and thought whether he couldn't tell whether it was a roof issue or a gutter issue. So the long or short of it is I've had several visits to kind of look to see what the next step is, and the beehive just looked like a disaster. And when my environment is reflecting the way my brain is, I can't stand it. I have to have peace in the kingdom. And so I was not even coming in here. When I came in here, it was like, oh. But this week I am going to be having a visitor. A friend is coming for Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit, and I didn't want the reality of what this is to be so visible. Sometimes we just want to put our best foot forward, don't we? And so yesterday I spent the day cleaning it back up and getting it to its beauteous state. And I told G when he got home yesterday that it was absolutely glorious to be in here. Absolutely glorious. So hence, we are doing a Stitch Roadie video today. If you're new, this is a cross-stitch video. It is. And I was looking through, just out of curiosity, of course, I had all the time in the world because, geez, what else do I have to do? But I was surfing the internet, just curious about floss tube, mainly because earlier, a few weeks ago, I got to meet a bunch of my friends who were the original floss tubers that I met. Michelle Bendy, Aaron the Two Martini. It was just, it was a lovely stitch day. And they are all very inspiring to me as stitchers. So I was curious about, because I've been trying to watch a few of my, you have your favorites. And in terms of favorites, I'm talking about on a day that you just don't even want to look at the screen, but you just want someone talking at you, you're going to watch this, this, and this. And on a day when you want to see what's new out, then you're going to do this, this, and this. If you want to be inspired, then you're going to do this one, this one, this one. There are so many floss tubes, and we choose them according to our mood. Not just whether they are stitching the things that we like. That does not matter to me. What matters to me is what type of friend I need to show up on that particular moment. And so I was curious. There are hundreds and hundreds of floss tubes out there, and so many choices that you really do have to, like, just start sampling them. Just start sampling them and figuring out, is that what's going to fit in your queue as far as who you're going to spend time with when you're stitching. And so that's what I've been doing this last week. Although I don't have a list of all, I will start making a list of who I am watching at any given moment. But it really doesn't matter. Floss tube as a genre, there's something for everyone. There is something for everyone, and some you're going to enjoy, some you're not. Some you're going to enjoy in the moment, and some you are going to want inspiration. Some you're going to avoid because they're way too expensive. They're massive enablers. Yeah, so I would definitely just start surfing the floss tube net. What I can tell you though is, please, if you want to make a second visit to a floss tube, subscribe. Subscribe and like, because then it shows up as a potential next time you're searching for something to watch. I say this because the other day I was on I went to look at my Quilt Roadies video because I wanted to watch some quilting videos. So when I subscribe, just like you do when you subscribe, when I open my Quilt Roadies video, the subscribe list is all down the side. And then I can kind of look, oh, who's made a video, or who haven't I seen in a while, and I can choose. The list was gone. I mean, YouTube, whatever they do, my entire subscription list was gone. And I mean, I had a moment because I said, oh my gosh, now I have to recreate my list by resubscribing to these channels that I was subscribed to. And it looks like when you go to them, you're subscribed, but they're not showing up. I was kind of shocked, and I said, oh, this is why everyone's always saying, including me, please subscribe. Even if you think you are, subscribe again. Because it disappeared, and now I have to create my list there. Okay, that's my public service announcement for today. Now for the weather report. It's just a weird year, isn't it? It is a weird year for everybody, whether you are in the thick of winter right now or you are in the fall or spring where you live. This year has been way different. It's been in the 90s most of the week, but it has rained off and on. And today looks overcast. Tomorrow's supposed to be great. And so we're in the forecast for more heat and more rain off and on. We actually could use the rain. It looks like if you have that app that, of course, why would you if you don't live in a fire? Our natural disaster is fire. So I have an app on my phone that shows when fires pop up around the state and what the evacuation levels are and all of that. And it looks like the whole state of Oregon's on fire. So a little rain or a lot of rain would help us. Although we are not ready for winter weather. I mean, G's favorite time is the summer. Mine is fall. I love fall weather. I mean, I love fall stitching. I love fall food. I love fall weather. Yeah. So, there you go. So there's the weather report for today. Overcast, partially high clouds. No rain yet. No rain yet. I have been busy stitching. I have been busy accumulating, or I think it's the Sunshine Stitchers. Is it the Sunshine Stitchers? One of them was one of the floss tubes I was watching. They don't call it haul. They call it investments. Do you have any investments this week or this month? Investments. I love that. I have made some investments. I can't say it's investments for retirement because I'm already retired, because I'm old, but I do have some investments, which I will share with you, so that if you choose to invest in this, I feel like I'm doing one of those commercials, you know, you can invest in these products that will enhance your life, potentially save your life. Of course, you cannot take more than one every hour, and this is brought to you by Stitch Roadies, a subdivision of the floss tube dynasty. Oh, I think that sounds pretty good. Anywho, I know that I usually only share my book of days at the end of the month, but I just want to show you, I have two fully finishes. I have two blue stars. It's really sad that I have to go buy another pack of stars because I ran out of red stars, which is the ones that I use for starts. Next year, the starts are going to have to green stars because I haven't used one green star for anything. But I have two fully finishes, and I'm going to show them to you. The first one is, you know, the heart of the year. This was the 2023, so I thought I better. So I got this little wooden thingy from the craft store. It was $5.99 and half price. Yeah, half price. And so then I just mounted it on there. It's got red polka dots. You know, simple little finish. But isn't it cute? And you know, it's the one that had the button that was provided. Yeah, so I finished that. Is there any, did I hear clapping? I think I did. This one is, I just love this one. So it's a primitive hair pattern that I got at Acorns and Threads. And I also got the fabric, which is a primitive hair fabric. And I stitched it. We are big coffee drinkers. Not big in terms of that, like we're having a coffee every hour, but big coffee drinkers. I mean, we love our coffee. And so I have lots of coffee decor in my kitchen. And these cute little, I should have brought them up, these cute little coffee pillows that Becca from Sambry Stitches made for me several years ago. But they're all like on this little display. This was, I bought this board. It's a cutting board. It was half price at the craft store. The closest craft store to me is Hobby Lobby, so it was Hobby Lobby. And so I think it was like $5 or so. I mean, I can't remember, but it was like a cutting board, but already finished. And so then I put this on it. I love that. I'm a sea hag. I'm definitely a sea hag in a lot of ways. Isn't that cute? And so all I did was I backed it with Pellon SF101, and then put it on a board, like making a flat fold, you know, and then I glued on the trim around the edge. That's a funny picture right there. And that trim was a Lady Dot Creates Mossy. It was perfect for this one. It looks like the color of, you know, kelp, and I just love how this turned out. So this is going down in my kitchen. What else went on this week? I've had a couple of 3 Stitchy meetups. Really blessed to live in a proximity of where I can get together with Stitchy friends. And let's see, the Mountain Stitchers, which is a group that was started by Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery, was, and we meet in her hometown, which is a mountain town, just, gosh, it's not even, it's maybe 15 miles more towards the mountain. And I went to take her, I wanted to show her my finish that she had charted for me from a towel that was given to me by a friend, Laura. And this is what it said on the towel. And so Beth charted that for me, and I'm going to take a picture of it, and she will have it on her shop site. I believe she said only as a PDF download. Only as a PDF download. But isn't that funny? That was my anniversary stitch, and my anniversary's later this month, so I'm going to fully finish that. And I mean, this is what happens when I have a clean room. I'm able to get things done. If it's not clean, I just sit here and cry. Yeah. So I'm going to fully finish that for my anniversary. But what I did stitch at, oh, I already packed it away. One of the things in my head that I feel, I mean, it works for me, is when I go to these stitch groups that are with a designer, I feel good about stitching their design. So I took my whip, called Whip It Good, actually, by Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery, and I love that. I can't wait to get it done because I have a wooden cabinet that fits it perfectly. The next stitch group was at Acorns and Threads, and I love it when people come from out of town, and we had a gal who came down from just north of Seattle who actually drove down for Stitchy group, and yeah, it was just a whole lot of fun. The group was very active, and so I worked on and then continued to work on the September mini at another stitch group at a friend's house, and finally got it finished yesterday. And I'm doing them all on one piece of fabric because I keep vacillating on how I want to finish these. Now, some people have finished them like little mini pillows, like the pattern called for, or they have finished them into cubes, which is really cute too. And then at Stitchy Group, Jolene, who is, she teaches finishing classes at Acorns and Threads, she had finished another stitch that she had done into a needle book. And so then my mind was thinking, maybe I can make a bunch of little needle books, you know, and have them displayed in with, you know, felt pages inside, wool pages inside with needles and ready to go depending on the month I'm stitching. Wouldn't that be really cute? So because I haven't decided how I want to finish them, I'm just continuing to stitch them on this one big piece of fabric. And let me tell you, September was a whole lot more fun to stitch than August was, which August was just kind of fiddly, although it was bees, and I love bees. So that was a finish this week. Everybody is having stress these days, including moi. And I wonder where the cover page for this is. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. It was a moment. This chart, I don't know, it was screaming at me. It was screaming at me. And so I said, okay, I'm doing it. It's a Little Robin Designs. This last, I'm just letting you know up front that what happens is when this room is in chaos, instead of cleaning it up, I tend to create more chaos. And so what I did was I started doing this, and I started doing that, and I started this chart. I just love this. I just love this. I got this at Acorns and Threads, and I am using the beautiful, beautiful Gloriana thread that is poinsettia, and I'm using 40 count. I don't have a concrete way of stitching. So this particular one I am doing in hand. My monthly minis I do with this little mini hoop. My designated stitch, which should be done this week, is on a Q-snap on my Lowry stand. Yeah, so this particular one, when the queen is happy, there is peace in the kingdom. G can actually attest to that. Yeah. But oh, that beautiful Gloriana thread is just so yummy. I got in my email from Hands On Design a free chart, and you can go there and print it out. It is called There's Never a Wrong Time to Say Thank You. There's never a wrong time. And I love anything with words. I tend to gravitate towards fabric in the quilting world that has words printed on it. And this was a great one. There is never a wrong time to say thank you. And so it was a free chart from Hands On Design, and I printed that out. I'm moving right along. Let's see. Tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow. My oldest child turns 45. I still can't get over that. Which means I am going to start a Doherty Designs Mount Bachelor. I was surprised, and I think I've said this before, that I was surprised at the size of this, because all of the Doherty Designs, who is a local design, are made up into a quilt that hangs in acorns and threads. And it is, they're all so pretty, but they're all look like about a 5 by 7. So this will be fun. But my oldest son spent most of his childhood up on this mountain. Because back in the day, I think I've told you this before, but back in the day when Bend was a little town and not everybody in the world wanted to live there, Mount Bachelor Ski Resort would have a free bus that picked up people in town out in Mount Bachelor's office. It was in the west side of town. Would pick up people in the parking lot and take them up the mountain to the ski resort. And so you'd see all kinds of people or parents dropping their cars off or dropping their people off, and they would go up there and ski for the day. And my son, had a group of friends who they were skiing their brains out, and he used to ski for, it was called the Mount Bachelor MBSEF Foundation. Yeah, it was, they trained racers, and so he skied the giant slalom. And then snowboarding hit. And that kid could fly on a snowboard, let me tell you. Yeah. Yeah. He was amazing on a snowboard. So I thought this would be a fun thing to start on his birthday. It's just a cross stitch of Mount Bachelor. So I will be starting that tomorrow. So many starts. Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit starts this week. So I've packed up my, like I told you, my, let's see, it's Teresa Kogut and Beth Twist are the designers. But there'll be several other designers there, which is going to be so fun to meet. And so I packed my Whip It Good, and I packed my woolen flax, Teresa Kogut pattern woolen flax, as my primary charts to stitch while I'm there. And they are going to give us, and who knows, I might start that too. We'll be given a project there. I think most people start that. I don't know. But it's going to be a fun time because so many people from out of town are coming in. There's a whole Zoom component to it. And so the Zoom people have been sent out the box. I can't be a Zoom person because part of the criteria to be a Zoom stitcher for Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit is that you not open the box until the day of the event, and I can't do that. So I always have to be in person because then I get handed the box when I get to open it. Yeah. I fell down a rabbit hole when Beth Twist brought this book to our Mountain Stitchers group, and then I saw that Sambry Stitches also was promoting this book, and I don't know, I just wanted to own a book by someone named Matt Pigeon. Yeah, I mean really. Cross Stitch in the Forest. This is about everything about us. We love camping. The forest is our happy place. And there are so many wonderful, wonderful cross stitches in this. So this is a book worth the investment if you like the outdoors. If you're a city person who never wants to go anywhere where there's a bug or a bird that can poop on you, or a spider, then this might not be the book for you. But I did ask Beth which chart she was going to do first in this, and her response was the bugs. Yeah. Yeah. So that was an investment this week. I also bought the Cross Stitchers Halloween. I usually don't buy these magazines only because there's just usually half of them are not something I would stitch, but I don't know, I kept hearing Robin, Lady Robiness is her floss tube, talking about that owl. And I love anything that has a Quaker on it. I mean, it's, I'm not a cutesy stitcher. But that owl, I like anything that's Quaker. Oh my gosh, this thing is like, give me a break. Yeah. So that was an investment. And Janine and I, she owns Acorns and Threads, and it's just such a, really has an eye and a sense of what's going on in the cross-stitch world. And we had gone together to another friend's house, and afterwards I get lost. So I just go to Acorns and Threads because my car knows how to get there, and then ride with her. So when we got back, I was just going to get in the car and go home. And she says, "Not going to come in?" And I stood in the parking lot and looked at the front door, Acorns and Threads, and there was the mature adult in me, which has probably only about 2 cells worth in the nether region, was being overridden by the sheer volume of children who want to have it all in my brain. And so I was struggling, and I said, okay, I'll just come in and look. Yeah. So then she's walking around, and it's bustling in there. There's people shopping. That also increases your need to feel the same things. And she said, oh, here's a new chart and new designer to me. And check, please. Check, please. So this is Quaterninon Creations. I just kind of murdered that name. And it's called Nevermore. And it's mythical cross-stitch designs for stitchers seeking a magical experience. Okay, give me anything raven or crow. And this is like the moon is like a Quaker. So, yeah. I'm gonna be starting this. And it does not look at all like a difficult stitch. I mean, not difficult, but like it's going to take like an eon. Like I bet you in a couple sittings one could get this stitch done. I just am very excited about that. So I know that I'm going to be doing that one. And then, did I show you the bag I did? I think I did. So for my, the exclusive that Acorns and Threads is running, which you still have a chance to get on board for some of it. I mean, it's going fast. What am I saying? I don't know. You'd have to call them. But Emmeline Purnell, Blessed Are They. This is a limited edition reproduction for Acorns and Threads by Hands Across the Sea Sampler. And I have my threads. I'm using the Soie d'Alger because Janine said that was one of her favorites, and I've never used it before, and then here it is. Man, those crows are just, they must have saw that cross stitch I was showing. But I am just doing the center here. It's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And when you order the kit, you get the little printed fabric piece that's printed with the chart, and I put it on the back of I stitched it on the back of my Stitch Folk bag. Isn't that just perfect? So this probably needs to be, I'm just looking at the date. I think this can be a sampler September start. So I will be doing that sometime this month. Well, I think I've almost covered everything I wanted to cover. We have been watching, wow, what's that? It's an alien. It's a funny alien show. I don't know. I can't even remember. See, my brain is fried. But I did finish Vera Wong's Advice for Murderers, and it was a great book. I'm like totally like, wow. From beginning to end, I enjoyed every bit of it. There were parts of it I needed to wear Depends. I was laughing so hard. And then there were parts that I was like, oh. And then the ending was, oh. It was a book I would recommend. Yeah. And I hear there's a second book, so I'm going to look into that. I started listening to, I'm just going to go to my listening app, and this was a recommendation. I started listening to The Last Christmas in Paris, which at the beginning, I'm at the very beginning of it, and it's lovely. It's a World War Christmas book. Can you even say those words in the same sentence? Yeah. And then I picked up this book. As I've always been a fan of Brené Brown, and I really needed a safe spot, a spot where I could take in information that was not going to make me depressed, I guess would be the best, easiest, clearest way to say it. For right now, it's very challenging, and I wanted to read a tangible book that when I put it down, I felt better than when I picked it up. And so, besides the fact that the cover is absolutely gorgeous, this is Brené Brown's Atlas of the Heart, Mapping Meaningful Connections in the Language of the Human Experience. Look at that cover. And it's a book that I only read like a chapter at a time or a segment at a time, and then I take in the information and think about it. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Okay, I guess we're done now. So think of me this next week. I'll be having a blast at the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. I'll bring you all the information. It's going to be so much fun to see friends from that you only see once a year maybe, and I'm really looking forward to it. Also, if you have a chance and you want this experience without the a simpler experience, I should say, is go on to Acorns and Threads and look at the ocean, the Stitch Ahoy segment, because next year, oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun. Next year, Janine is putting on a retreat in Cannon Beach, Oregon, which is the diamond of the Oregon coast. And it won't have a designer, but it'll be just stitchers with other stitchers. And the Oregon coast is absolutely beautiful. I hear there's s'mores going to be involved in it, and a lot of fun things going on. So I am definitely going to that in April of next year. So if you are interested, be sure to go on their website and check them out. And what else? One last thing. Oh, I finished my stitch for the Halloween Memories on the Fat Quarter Shop book of Halloween Memories, and I took the photos and I've sent those in, so those will be on the Fat Quarter Shop's website come October. So I feel like I've accomplished a lot this week. Yeah, just saying. Yeah, I actually hear y'all cheering. Oh my gosh, the room looks so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Well, it's clean. Okay, you all take care. You know, I love you guys.